Morning, guys. This is Brad Krantz. Welcome to Monday Morning Leadership. Hey, we're going through Servant Leadership Roadmap by Kara Bramlett, and I'm sharing some of my thoughts and my reflections on that chapter. Today, we're going to cover characteristic number 11, which is vision. And this is really important. We can ask, what is vision? Okay. Warren Bennis says that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. And as the author defines it, she says vision is timeless and it represents the overall values and beliefs and goals of an organization or leaders. I think that's good for a working definition for the time being. I think we all know it's real easy to get caught up in the everyday battles of life or business, okay? But we don't want to lose sight of the war, right? We've got to keep asking, what's the vision of the team or our team? What's the mission? And then what's the strength of vision? You will see a little bit later how key strength of vision is. Strong vision that's conveyed through an effective leader is evidence of conviction, and conviction is really important here. Strong leaders, again, are going to draw in followers who also believe in the vision conveyed. The result's going to be a high performance team that's dedicated to achieving the vision at any cost. And I think that's what we all want. To be an effective leader, you've got to enhance your communication skills, right? You got to be able to share your conviction of the vision. You got to be able to communicate it clearly. Communication begins with stating the vision in a clear and simple manner. So we can consider the impact of some of the more well-known vision statements. You've probably heard at least a couple of these before. Apple was to design the best personal computer in the world. Nordstrom was to give the customers the most compelling shopping experience. And JetBlue was to inspire humanity, both in the air and on the ground. So you've got to be able to communicate the vision as well as a clear direction and action plans to achieve it. So here's how to lead current team members to success. Okay, right? Change is scary for many of us, right? We don't like it. We don't like to change. It represents uncertainty and ambiguity. Yet the fear or resistance can be calmed by your approach to change. So let's ask real quick, what's change? Well, change, the verb, simply means to make or become better. Change can evolve things for the better. Change is the opportunity to make things better. As you become more comfortable with change, so will your team. So the leader kind of sets the tone. If he's comfortable with it, your team's going to adapt to it more quickly. So it's important to keep in mind that change is critical to the sustained growth of any team or company, right? Let's look how, for example, how the smartphone evolved. Bell Telephone first started out, they had switchboard operators that connected people, and then the operator model couldn't be sustained due to volume, and then the model became automated and the household rotary dial phone evolved, which is what I grew up with for many years. The rotary dial was it, and then it really kind of helped empower the customer, us that were calling it, to an extent. And Bell evolved, and in 1983 they were bought out by AT&T, and this led to the expansion of cellular technology, allowing customers to call individuals while on the go in their car or, hey, maybe in their office like I am. So today, if you look around, it's really hard to imagine life without our smartphones or apps, isn't it? Life would be tough without it. But what if Bell had resisted the evolution in the phone industry? Well, I think somebody else would have picked it up, but we might have a different landscape than we do today. But throughout history, there's numerous examples of leader managing their teams through strategic initiatives, transitions of leadership, and acquisitions, or even changes in the visions of companies. Our own team, 3LE, is implementing something very unique in our own industry over the past few months that we're excited about. But as a leader or coach, you're responsible for moving the team in the different directions or evolution as a change agent. So leaders, we are change agents. So you can ask the question, how do you move a team in the direction of change? So one of the most effective models was developed by Dale Carnegie years ago, and by envisioning a future state and how you would lead your team there. So you would say you consider the present state where you're at now, you establish the motivation for change, the why, you analyze the situation, and then you plan the direction. And then you consider the future state. So you implement the change, and then you review and assess the impact of that change, and then you modify and adjust as needed. So there you have it. Now you got a detailed plan on how to deal with change. And I'd say that works really good in the job world. We could sum up now, vision demonstrates the values, beliefs, and goals of an organization. But let's shift gears. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur, many of you are. I want to introduce the Conqueror's Formula by Rob Sperry, because I find it a lot more applicable to my situation. The formula is all about action, right? You got to have goals, but you got to take action on them or nothing's going to happen. And this applies, again, more to us as entrepreneurs than to companies or those in the job world. But hey, ain't it great? Starts with vision, right? He says vision plus environment plus discipline plus habits equals success. And I couldn't agree more. So let's begin with vision. Again, everything starts with a vision. Vision is what you think and intentionally believe about your business or what your life could be. Kind of remember what Stephen Covey wrote, begin with the end in mind, kind of know where you want to end up, and then that's where you want to start. Vision really is what's going to motivate you to get there. If you lack motivation, you lack vision. You know, your vision or my vision isn't strong enough. Your vision has to be stronger than your mood swings, etc., or you'll never accomplish the vision. Let me give you a real quick example. If your vision is a 10 and your fears are an 8, well, your vision's going to win out, and the opposite's true. If your fears are a 10 and your vision's an 8, fear's going to win out. The next important thing is environment. This is what you surround yourself with throughout the day. You know, who do you listen to? Who do you follow on social media? Who are your friends? You know, if you hang out with 5 negative friends, you're going to be the 6th, and that's probably not the direction you want to head. So you got to make sure to examine your own environment and make the necessary changes that it will give you a more supportive and nurturing environment. Next is discipline. It isn't going to take away from what you want. It's going to give you everything you ever wanted. That's the key. Discipline. It comes down to discipline. And discipline goes back to training yourself to just show up every day. That's half the battle, right? Just showing up. Be there every day. Key to this then is discipline becomes so much easier when you have the right vision and environment. They go together. And we know that success is not easy. And we know next that habits, they're simply the consistent and repeated daily practices that will help bring your vision to life. You know, everyone's got habits, good habits or bad habits. The point is to create the right habits, and if you do that, you can't fail. If you have the right habits, you're gonna win. Create habits that are so strong that it isn't a question of if you'll be successful, but when you will be successful. Key thing there. And again, show me your habits and I'll show you your future. That's it. That's the Conqueror's formula. Vision plus environment plus discipline plus habits equals success. It's really that simple. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. You know, if you received some benefit and I said something that struck you in a positive way, please hit the subscribe button. You can also connect with me on social media at the links provided below. Join me next week. We're going to talk about continuous development. I might term that personal development, but feel free to join me next week on Monday Morning Leadership. Bye-bye.